All right, John, I've got a request for Councilwoman Whitehead. She'd like to ask a question.
I don't have any questions right now for John Barry, but I do have some remarks. Every one of us is up here to represent the interests of the citizens of Scottsdale and certainly respect those residents that are neighbors. So I don't believe anybody should have to read a 600-page report in order to guarantee that this council upholds zoning, upholds the general plan. So I think that's a burden I don't believe you should bear. I have heard from Rio Verde neighbors who, as the mayor pointed out, are not residents of Scottsdale. But I have also heard from far too many people. Yesterday I was trying to cut, paste, send as fast as the emails were coming in. I couldn't keep up. I received not one resident. I received emails from every zip code in Scottsdale, Scottsdale residents, and not one supported this project. I wrote an op-ed, and I write a lot of op-eds, and I don't usually read them, but I'm going to read this one. And then I'm going to have comments. So we're here tonight to consider a substantial upzoning request in Scottsdale's remote and rural area near Rio Verde. The eastern portion of the Dynamite Rio Verde corridor is home to large ranches, big washes that flood, and little water the rest of the year. Homeowners east of the city border rely on limited groundwater or pay to truck water to their homes. The area is also critical wildlife habitat, connecting the north and south part of the McDowell-Sonoran Preserve, the Tonto National Forest, and the Verde River. The Fiesta Ranch proposal chops a beautiful country parcel into 227 suburban homes, almost doubling the current zoning that would allow 116 homes. I believe this development will have tragic consequences on Scottsdale's quality of life, wildlife, and the preserve. The development will bring hundreds of new cars to the area that is a critical wildlife crossing, and in fact designated as a wildlife crossing. Adding to the density may place insurmountable pressure on the city to build a road through the preserve, and a road alignment does exist, and that has been talked about. And we just had Prop 420, where our citizens said loud and clear, keep your hands off the preserve. Scottsdale residents' pocketbooks, all of them, will take a hit too. Developing density in this far-flung area will exacerbate perpetual maintenance costs that the city is already struggling to cover. Servicing remote areas with police, fire, and sanitation services costs municipalities far more than central locations, and all residents get to pay the bill. Infrastructure maintenance is another safety and cost concern. Last year, in 2019, an audit found that the City Public Works Department was not sufficiently keeping up with routine maintenance, which led to the costly failure of 2 bridges, which we paid the tab on. Fiesta Ranch will increase infrastructure without providing funding to maintain it. Based on my interpretation of the general plan, Fiesta Ranch is a major amendment and should require a supermajority, 5 votes for approval. If it is such a beautiful development, I am sure that the developer can earn 5 votes. I also worry that what we're approving is a change in zoning. So this opens the door for far more homes than those being proposed today, all being built on this fragile land. So for these reasons, as much as I respect other developments, it does not give me the right to change the zoning and use and benefit Fiesta Ranch over all of those residents of Scottsdale. Now I'm going to get into my comments. First of all, there's many levels of protection. When somebody buys a home, that you might review and decide if your home will retain the value. The first level is zoning. Again, this is a parcel that's zoned for 116 homes. The applicant is requesting almost double, 227 homes. On the issue of excellence, we demand excellence, and Mr. Berry often brings it to us. That does not earn anybody the right to double the zoning and expect it just to be approved. Zoning changes should be considered only when an applicant demonstrates a quantifiable and equal public benefit, community support, we lack that, and a justifiable need. None of that is true in this case. Why would anybody want to invest in Scottsdale if they know, and we prove, that the zoning we have in place is not worth the paper it's printed on?